On the right hand side, playing as Mercia in the yellow, we have Saikoya. And over on the left hand side, playing as Greenfinger, we have MVAKM. So Mercia is an interesting choice.
Yeah. All right. So the reasoning for picking Mercia is there's two factors, and like probably I wouldn't have picked Mercia if both weren't like there. First factor is that I think Mercia has a decent matchup into Greenfinger, where like because Greenfinger can stun the fight, but Mercia can just tank an attack and counter stun, I guess. So there's some like interactions like that where Mercia can fight off Greenfinger pretty well. The other reason is actually that earlier in the tournament, I was fighting GoW8 on this map, and he kinda completely wrecked me. And he had that game, and I was like, you know what? If getting a lot of golems work, and if he's Greenfinger, then I might as well pick Mercia.
That's fair. And actually, just a quick shout out to GoW8. They came into the community with Test Your Metal, the event before this one, like the multi-game event. And they were so good at Wargroove, despite
They
not really playing the game. Sorry, did you say something?
yeah, the event where he came in was Take Your Turn.
Take your turn. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said Test Your Metal. Another Wargroove event from years past. Uh, but yeah, GoW8, very, very scary player, not to be underestimated at all.
Almost took me out, actually.
All right. It could have been them at this point in the tournament.
Yep.
But looking at this game so far, we got like this night pressure up in the right hand corner. And you're just moving Mercy up.
Yep. And I get my first golem.
Oh yeah, I mean I do. There are definitely a lot of games in Wargroove history with people going Mercy and making like 2 or 3 golems, and you just kind of shove with them. It's definitely a very strong style of play. Now Mercia, for a long time, was actually not considered a particularly strong commander.
I mean, she's really like not considered strong right now. Like not at all.
Okay.
Which like me picking Mercia here is really unconventional, niche. I don't know what you want to call it.
Unconventional, I think works. Yeah.
But here MVAKM got his groove off to try to trap my knight, kinda. And you can notice the commanders, the way it plays out. My Mercia is kinda stuck in the corner dealing with that knight for now. If you remember how the sneaky Mastro game played out, and MVAKM's commander is fighting with his army with his vines. So it's a better position for him, I'd say.
Yeah, you really don't want Mercia to be up in that corner. And actually, you don't really want the Golem to be up there either. Like, you want those to be on the front lines.
Yeah. And because of the last few turns attack, I don't actually have much on the south side anymore, but I don't really have an attack going on the north either. So this is really bad now that I look back at it.
Yeah, and like Greenfinger's actually freely farming Groove. Like, got a kill last turn, knocks down a village this turn. Has all of these vines to defend the army too. And yeah, Mercy is just kind of bit chilling up in that corner. Okay, and there she's gonna go defend the bottom side, I would assume.
You will find out at the end of my turn.
Oh, goes to the middle. And actually, this is like a bit awkward as well, because you want the golem to be with Mercia. Like, that is the strength of her groove, is like she wants to be with those high value units so that they can tank hits while they're near her.
I mean, a commander on its own is a good fighting unit. But now Mercia is split from the golem, so MVAKM sends the dragon after the golem. And yeah, he backs off a bit when I ballooned Mercia over.
Okay, I just saw the ballooning there. Mage is going to come in and get the kill on that sword, actually, so that's like pretty good trade for you overall up on the north side. But now that you've moved your army there, there's this giant creeping wall of vines coming down through the south.
Yep.
There's actually going to be even more of them in a second here.
I mean, if you look at my army comp, I have like I have 2 aggressive units, and that's my 2 knights which are defending the south. So they're not actually being aggressive.
Yeah.
MVAK, he's got like his like big army units in the big army, and then he's got the aggressive units aggressing villages on the north. So like unit repartition really better for him at the moment.
And yeah, he's actually like really far ahead on income.
Yep.
Just like
Which
taking that past that center line. And you just can't do anything about these vines. There's just too many of them. And like golems are out of position. Yeah, MVAKM is just like really shoving and doing a good job here. And ooh, gonna take off that mage. Oh wow, that.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah. Golem just kind of chilling there next to a dragon.
I have another mage that can reach it, I think, but it still hurts.
Yeah, and Greenfinger continuing to build groove again. And it's not over. Like, you could definitely like recover from this position, but it requires MVAKM to make a mistake. And he seems to be playing rather well right now. To spend quite a large amount of groove actually, or a large amount of forces just to knock vines down. And third golem is up. So
Yeah, if I can, like, I'm starting to fight with Mercia and my golems. So if there's like a turning point, it has to be now. But if I get it going, then it can work. And as I say that, the golem dies.
yeah. Well, I mean that's the one that's not near Mercia, so it's not really the end of the world.
Double the amount of golems that I have.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of golem on the field. And ooh, Greenfinger attacks into your golem. That's a interesting play right there.
Now I can get more value from my groove. Muhaha.
There is a lot of vine here though, still.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised the archer didn't finish off the dragon, but I guess it's not the biggest deal. You get the surround on it too. Oh, nice pick off on that spear. And here comes the nice groove. Although Mercia is standing right in the middle of not being protected land. Oh, I'll call it that.
But it's Mercia, she'll heal, right?
Yeah, I guess yeah, MVAKM doesn't see any kind of lethal, so just kind of backs off. So this is actually going pretty well right now, in the south at least.
I'm getting some ground back. You just have to look at the north, though.
Yeah, it's looking a bit rough still. There's so many golems. I just like it just occurred to me just how many golems there are in the north. But I mean, you're gonna get a lot of value out of these golems in the south just because you know Mercia is gonna build Groove.
Yeah, I mean, I have to get value is the thing because I'm behind.
Yes, that is true. That's so much golem and a dragon in the north.
Also, my army isn't like big enough to fight at 2 places at once, so I can't really ever get the lead back until like a big fight happens.
That's actually a really good position on that dragon, just because like you can't break the golem above it.
Yeah. And the thing with golems and stuff, they're strong, but they're kind of predictable in what they do.
Yeah, they
So
don't have a
it's
lot of
to wall against them.
they don't have a lot of like mobility.
Now it's gonna start to get awkward to reinforce from my top barracks.
Yeah, I don't really know what you do here because the golem once the golems get on top of it, like you just can't build more units. Oh, Greenfinger gets a kill, has Groove, but so do you. Oh, and the golem lives.
Yep, that's pretty crucial for me because difference between a low HP golem and a dead one is very high when you're playing Mercia.
Yeah, I actually like if it survives the counter attack damage, even like very low percentage is like still pretty strong. Oh, and that's a perfect hit on the enemy golem there.
I'll save you all. Healing aura.
Keeping it
I
alive on
get-
like 42% is like pretty ideal.
I mean, I would have healed the golem anyways, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually that's true.
Getting a decent turn in here. Only slight problem is that there's still 3 golems, Greenfinger Groove, and a dragon, and an archer.
Yeah, that's a lot actually.
So I did get a good turn, but is it enough is the question.
Yeah, and oh wow, that village pick off with that dragon's like really good. Oh, they grab one of your golems, and I guess this is like the big weakness of Mercia is if you can just kill her units, then she can't do anything. Like it forces your opponent to play in a way where they have to go for unit kills, but if they're happy to do that, then it doesn't really matter that much because it's kind of the ideal situation for them is killing your units.
And like I have to fight in an awkward way because I'm trying to get groove and preserve my golems at the same time. But I also have to like defend my HQ and fight in the middle of all this nonsense.
There's almost a point where they could just start killing your strongholds. I mean, I guess that's a
Yeah.
very all-in way to play it, but the option is on the table where they could just be like, yeah, oh actually, yeah, as I say that.
I was kind of hoping that they would go for the HQ and then that like not get it, and that would be my way back into the game.
Greenfinger Groove is very good at securing lethals like this.
With Greenfinger Groove, it's not gonna be easy to punish that.
Oh, but that golem's looking pretty low. Ooh, 2% life.
Yeah, the thing is, he still has access to the HQ if he kills one mage. Or the golem, depending
Yeah.
on what. So,
And yeah, Greenfinger just walks up and finishes it off. Well played there. Really nice, grindy playstyle coming out from MVAKM. I think you having your commander up in the top right is I mean, I think everybody kind of falls into that sometimes. It's like your commander's just not in the right place. And MVAKM certainly capitalized on that.
yeah, he got a nice lead and ran away with it the entire game. Although I was starting to like come back, but that was because he was pushing the HQ. So you tend to like have a better fight defending your HQ than pushing the opponents.
Wow,
But
that
yeah,
income average is
yeah.
just looking at it now, that is big. It's actually doubling your income at one point.
That's the story of the game, you know?
Yep. And actually, funny, you had a unit count lead, but I guess like quality of units is the thing there. Like they had a lot of golems. And, I mean, they also had a lot of vines as well. They like lapped you in groove, which medium charge versus fast charge is not really ideal.
Well, it is Mercia. I think Mercia is fine because she tends to hold groove a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because her groove is all about forcing the opponent to play in a certain way. Or at least a lot of the time. You can use it aggressively as well, though. But oh, just very well played there by MVAKM. Taking game number 2. And dang, these are long games. Really, people got very, very good at Wargroove. Has to be said. And we're gonna go to game 3 because I want to go eat lunch.